And hello there, it's a beautiful August Sunday morning here in Dawlish. So hello there, welcome back to the channel, great to see you there, and welcome to a beautiful sunny Sunday here in Dawlish in South Devon. So we're on plan B for this trip. You see that boat that's just behind us? We were actually supposed to be going on a 2.5-hour wildlife cruise on that boat today, but there's been a bit of a mix-up around the booking. I won't go into that anyway. It's a long story. Anyway, we're not on the boat, so we have plan B. So I think what we're going to do instead is have a lovely walk along the coast to Dawlish Warren. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. I was looking forward to going out on that boat today. It's a lovely day for it, and apparently they've been seeing dolphins, so I hope that those people who got on the boat enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the guy that operates it wasn't cooperating with us today, but anyway, I'm sure it's a really good trip. So, as it's a lovely day, we're going to head off in that direction. Yeah, so this is the bit of the quayside in Dawlish that they spent so many months and years working on to reinforce the seawall, of course, mainly, but it's provided a very nice walkway now. This first bit takes you up by Dawlish railway station. Yeah, they've done a fantastic job all along here. Some people say it's not the prettiest, but it's certainly doing its job in protecting Dawlish from all the floods and the high tides and the rail disruption that it used to have. Oh yeah, they've done a cracking job with this. You can get down to the beach in various different parts. And then back onto the traditional seawall at this point. Yeah, some big slabs down there. And what that line of stone is there, I'm not too sure. Did they once intend to have a little harbour here, or what was that about? If anybody knows, let us know in the notes. Coast Guard cottage is up there. Just the top of the Catholic church, and I love how they built the buildings in between the old sandstone cliffs. Anyway, I think there is a train coming. Here he comes, not a stopper today. Yay! Yeah, double-headed unit, so that'll be on its way to Paddington. This time it's cross-country. And he's on his way to Penzance, to the end of the line. Yeah, so again, anybody who knows Dawlish, please let me know. You can see the old stone walls here. So it's definitely an old jetty, and it looks like at some point this was intended to be a harbour here. But of course the trouble is here, the sea goes out so far and it's so shallow and the sand is so changeable, it would have been very difficult to maintain a reliable working harbour here. But what's the history of that? Anybody know? Drop it in the notes. The famous red sandstone cliffs of Devon. So beautiful, but at the same time, so fragile. And here's another one. Those passengers loving this stretch of the sea, one of the most famous stretches of railway in the UK. Just imagine if they've just come down from London or somewhere up country, and all of a sudden they see the sea like this, looking beautiful and blue, and I bet they're all excited. Fabulous. We're very fortunate to have this right on our doorstep here. Just come off the seawall here at Langston Rock. It's a nice little quayside here, and I think if I remember right, it's a little cave you can see through here as well. Let's have a look. Here we are, and who doesn't love a good cave, eh? There you are, look at this. You can see how much the sand has dropped since I was last here. You used to be able to stand almost at waist height here. More rocks down there. Looks like there was some sort of attempt at a quayside again. Another lovely quayside. Great for fishing off if you're a lad like that. I bet they're having a great day. Yeah, so there you go, Langston Rock. It's quite a sight, isn't it, really? Like Dawlish's version of Ayers Rock. Perhaps not, no. Okay. Right, back onwards and upwards, and we're off to Dawlish Warren. Good to see the cafe up and running again. And here's another train. So for quite a few years this just sort of lay empty and looking unloved, and it's been taken over again, and now running's a lovely little place to stop on this walk. The back end of Langston Rock and Buddies. Just noticed that old building on the beach down there. Can you see it? A little sort of almost semicircular type building. I wonder what that was then. Something to do with fishing, I guess. Again, if anybody knows, let us know. Just coming into Dawlish Warren, and there's an information board about Brunel's failed atmospheric railway. You can see more about that on one of our Starcross videos. I think it's our video that's called Exploring North of Dawlish. Anyway, here we are, approaching the Warren. And on the left you've got the old railway carriages that you can stay in for your holidays if you like. Brunel Holiday Park, and then the little fairground here at the Warren. And of course the go-kart circuit as well. I've always fancied having a go on that. Never have yet. No big wheel here at the Warren this year. It was here last year. I'm not quite sure why it didn't come back, but there you go. Right, we're carrying on. And in the distance over there you can see Langston Rock and the cave that we were looking through just a couple of minutes ago. The big shops at Dawlish Warren. And here's the Boathouse pub. Very busy today, as you would expect. In fact, I think it might just get a little bit busier in a second, because I think we might have 4 more people there for a pint. Why not? Lifeguards doing a great job, as they always do, of course. And a very busy sunny Sunday here at Dawlish Warren. As you would expect, it's a lovely warm Sunday, and it's the middle of August, so it's going to be busy, and the tide is out. Absolutely beautiful. Certainly one of the best beaches in this part of Devon. And yeah, it is pretty rammed, but of course the further you walk along there, the quieter it gets. And by the time you get past, is it Groin 9, I think? There's almost nobody there. You've almost got it to yourself. And of course, when you get to the very end, you're almost in Exmouth, just across the water. And of course, just behind the beach, you've got the lovely nature reserve area of Dawlish Warren. Beautiful walks through there. Eventually it'll bring you up onto the far side of the beach. If you'd like to see what that looks like, take a look at our video Exploring Dawlish Warren. Or was it Dawlish Warren in winter or something like that? Anyway, have a look down. It's a few months ago. We filmed it around Christmas, New Year last time around, and had it virtually to ourselves, and it's really, really lovely. It's so tempting out there today, doesn't it? I'm pretty tempted to go for a paddle. Yeah, why not? Should we do it? And of course further down here at the Warren you've got your eating places, a couple more eating places, and your amusement arcade, and the 2 big shops as well. All of those on our other video. Anyway, we're going to leave the chaos of the beach for the tranquility of the inner part of Dawlish Warren. What a difference. You just walk a few feet back and it is a totally different world. And come here in winter like we did, and it's just so peaceful. I'll put a link onto that video at the end of this one. Right, so let's have a bit of a stroll through here in summer for a change. Much as I love the sea, and I do love the sea, but just a few feet back here, tranquility. Yeah, this is more like it. So when we came here in the winter, this was of course closed up, but it's open today, so I think we might go in and have a quick look.
That's because the flowers are really tiny. During the year, the whole year, we try and do it on a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. Just only at the weekend afternoons, and only when there's somebody here.
Yeah, so the way of the world, isn't it?
Well,
It's,
since COVID 4 years ago. I try to do it most Sundays, but I haven't been making enough because I've had
This is how it used to be back in the day when there was a settlement here.
and it wasn't closed.
Amazing.
It was not broken.
Hey, good to see the visitor centre open. The lady inside was telling us that it's just run by volunteers, and so they can just open when they've really got people who are able to man it. So they're trying to keep it open Saturdays and Sundays through the summer, but probably not through the winter, I guess. But anyway, good on them for doing that. And here you can really see the unusual geography of Dawlish Warren, and the resort area where we just were is just literally that bit there, and you get people about this far at this time of year. But if you just walk along here and go much further on, and you've virtually got it to yourself, and you can walk right up to the end, and when you're here, Exmouth is literally just there. You can walk round to another beach here, and then last time we did it we walked back across the path that brought us out at the top of the beach, and you can see all that in our other Dawlish Warren video. And just beyond there, that's the bit where in our other video at Christmas they had the Dartmoor ponies that they bring down to graze on the Warren at certain times of the year as well. And here we are back at the old fun fair. Good to see it busy today. Thunder Park. It's a really old-fashioned fairground. It's lovely. And the famous narrow tunnel to get out and in of Dawlish Warren. And I think we are heading back to the bus stop now. And your classic seaside gift shop with your buckets and spades. So there we go, that was a very pleasant wander along the seafront from Dawlish through to Dawlish Warren, and a bit of a mooch around, a little drinky there as well. Very nice, lovely day for it too. Perhaps not quite the day we thought we were going to have. We were supposed to be going on a boat trip, and that just didn't happen for various reasons. But anyway, never mind, still a very nice day. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll join us again for the next one very soon.